So I did a 72-hour fast. During the last day of the fast, I decided to do some energy healing on my digestive system. Craziest thing happened, but I'll get to that at the end. I found a really big blockage, one in my ileocecal valve and then two down by my liver. And it was interesting because both of these blockages, the first one came up to the right shoulder, the second one traveled down, blocking my large intestine, and then coming up into my left ear. And I found this super interesting because my mom is actually deaf in her left ear from Meniere's disease. And I thought, oh wow, there's obviously an energy component, an emotional component behind a lot of physical injuries or physical illnesses or disabilities. And so I'm really focusing on this area, and I'm just pulling so much density out, just like dumping, pulling, and for a long time, to be honest. And I'm getting visuals of dreams that I've had come back up. So what happened was, after more digging, I found that there was a cord here. And this cord was connected to anyone that had ever raised me. Anyone that affected my belief system while growing up. And that's a broad range of people. And our belief system shapes who we are. It shapes what we think we're capable of. So it has a huge effect on our actions and what we're willing to step forward and step through with. Because, and just like the liver, that action-oriented, drive or energy of the liver is going to be about doing. So it makes a lot of sense that these belief systems are going to be stuck there in this cord, and positive and negative, but obviously the negatives are having a really big effect on my intuitive listening skills. And that's huge because I rely pretty heavily on my intuitive listening. What I did is I cautiously dissolved the negative aspects of the cord. I don't teach that. I have a great teacher who does. I put her in the comment. And what this did, while all of this is going on, I have a huge cloudiness in my ear. I can't really hear out of it. It feels clogged. It feels dense. It was really interesting. I've never had that before. It was just like a fullness in the ear. And I remove that cord, and then I'm pulling all of this density out of my ear. And I can feel these pulls of clarity coming through. Like a light shining out of my ear, like the rocks are finally being moved away and the light can finally shine through. It was beautiful. And I'm feeling myself get so expansive and so powerful in the realization that I don't need anyone else's permission, anyone else's ideas or paths or however they predicted my life to be. I never needed that in order to be successful. And the liver, I feel, also has a lot to do with money. And so these belief systems, growing up in a society that doesn't promote spirituality as a career is tricky, I think, for a lot of people taking this path. We have these constant stories from other people, diminishing success and telling you that it's not possible. And this is very typical of any creative career. It's really something that you have to push through, but that's why these energy practices are so amazing, because you're able to discover why you haven't been able to step forward in the thing that you really want. Step out of the fear and just go for things. And during this entire practice, I just kept repeating to myself, like, I am the creator of my light. I am the creator of my story, of my purpose, of my truth. And that felt so powerful to me. It told my body that it was safe to step forward with my truth. It was safe to step forward onto my path. That these beliefs didn't apply to me anymore. And so the next day I woke up and my ear still felt a little blocked, a little crowded and cloudy. So in the shower, I was like, let me just clean that girl out real quick. And I pulled my finger out, and I have never, this is gross, but I've never seen so much earwax come out of my ear. And I checked the other side and there was nothing. Like, I don't have a lot of earwax, to be honest. And I just kept like pulling it out and pulling it out. And I was amazed, because it was just like our physical and emotional are deeply intertwined. Our body is going to continue to hold on to those physical disabilities. Who knows how long that earwax has been in my ear, probably since I was a kid. And it would have continued to be there if I didn't emotionally release. So who knows how long I would have been stuck with that, and then maybe eventually ended up having Meniere's disease, just like my mom on the left side. This stuff matters. It's really important. And it saves. And it helps. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, let me know.